Ladies and gents and the rest, heroic Molten Core today, the entire thing. Overall, it was way more interesting and challenging than I expected. Not super hard, but there are some difficulties. Some things are, excuse me, way more level sensitive now. I'm sorry. Yeah, some things are super pooper easy. So let's take a look at them and see what is what. I know. There are gonna be way more efficient decks in the future, but the thing came out 6 hours ago. So for those who want to do it like right now, here's how to do it. So for Lucifron, we will need pretty much one thing: execute. That's it. All the heroic mechanics, we're gonna take a look at them when the encounter starts. So I don't want to explain them separately because you'll forget everything anyway. The reason why I'm using Doomhammer is because this encounter has Molten Giants and Fire Elementals. When you steal them with Banshee, I believe they gain the double damage bonus from Doomhammer. And second, you get Doomhammer. It's pretty much like one more Banshee, but for 3 gold, and it gives you like extra damage. It gives extra damage to your whelps and da 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 da. So this, and this, you can pretty much take whatever you want. You can use this, right? That's pretty much it. Execute, that's all you need. The strategy is the exact same. You double execute one mini boss, then the other mini boss, then you get to the main boss, go switch the phase, you repeat. And that's how you do it all the freaking time. So this is the first deck, and my partner had Sylvanas, and he used this deck on normal Molten Core. He didn't even change anything, and we wanted to see if there are any changes required for this encounter. And turns out no, he went with this deck and we killed the boss in like first attempt. Okay, again, you need execute, and I forgot to mention, execute has to be your boost slot priority, because execute is the most important part of your deck. Everything else is okay. All right, let's take a look at what's happening there. Basically, the strategy, like I said, is still the same. Oh, heroic mechanics. I promised you heroic mechanics. All right, keep loading. Come on. Okay. You see, there is an aura around the mini bosses now. And I hope you will be able to see. Oh, you probably can't see it right now. So this aura, I have no idea what it does. Can't see it. So I don't know what this aura does, so we completely ignored it and we had no problems. The second thing that is happening with mini bosses is that they regenerate health. At least there is a regeneration symbol above their heads when they're damaged. I hope you. Yeah, there we go. You see, there is like a green thing. He is regenerating. I don't know how effective it is, because it never stopped us from double executing that and killing them. So they regenerate, but it's very slowly. So I mean, I completely ignored it and we had no problems. So regeneration doesn't work. That aura around them doesn't really do anything. So the only heroic mechanic that this encounter has is, I believe, fire elementals spawn more often, and the boss has more HP, number wise, not percentage wise, right? That's it. That's the game. I don't even know what else to tell you. And everything else, you just play it normally. Like I said, fat units, I accidentally dropped a bunch, I think. So died with no reason. As you can see, there's it's extremely inefficient, my gameplay. We just drop things left and right, and that's it, right? So what are we doing here? Yeah, so we're gonna switch the phase, and the exact same thing is gonna happen. The mini bosses will come back. We will kill them and repeat the phase. Yeah, this Molten Giant actually has to die, has to be stolen by a Banshee, but it's too far from our constructions, so yeah, extremely inefficient, like I said. And the reason why I always use spiders is because it's the best 2 gold choice, or almost the best. Well, I could have taken a Plague Farmer, and it would have been as good. And I usually do. usually take Plague Farmer. It's my favorite unit right now in the meta, in the PvP meta. So yeah, but spiders work really well as well. As you can see, there is a regeneration mechanic above their heads, but it doesn't work. Maybe it's bugged. Maybe it's supposed to be like that useless, right? It's supposed to heal like, a teeny tiny piece of shit. So I have to speak for 3 more minutes until encounter starts, until an encounter ends. So keep listening to this bullshit, all right? I know you know what to do, but I'm just showing you what's happening. Yeah. I can't even think of a better choice in my deck right now. You could probably replace spiders with Plague Farmer or Polymorph, but it's better if you take Plague Farmer. And you can take Quillbore instead of Witch Doctor, maybe, because Witch Doctor doesn't really help you much. Actually, you can keep Witch Doctor, but replace spiders with Plague Farmer. Because if you have a Quillbore, it's good too, because you can just turn the boss away from you and kill him normally without cheesing, without executing, stuff like that. You will still need execute for the last phase, because it's much easier to execute the boss during the last phase, because last phase usually comes with overtime, right? And you have way more gold, and you can just pam, 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 pam. Okay, there we go. There's a third phase. Again, we just repeat the entire thing. Bam. Yeah, it was double execute. It's just my guildmate was extremely quick, And the damage that it does to your core, it's as pathetic as it was in normal. So, yeah, my partner was dumb enough to drop Sylvanas right on the mini boss. So, yeah. The reason why it's taking so long is because boss has a lot of HP. Right now, it's not even like it's not deadly. There's barely any difference. But in the future, in the next encounters, you will see that it matters. It will affect the decks that you will use, and it will also affect the levels that you need. All right. When are you gonna freaking end? When are you gonna end? Please end faster. We have 6 more bosses to do. Yeah, this is finally. My partner dropped the Quillbore, and the boss turned away from us, and we just, killed him in one big final attempt. You don't need Sylvanas for this encounter, okay? Okay, for Magmadar, Magmadar was the only boss in the heroic Molten core that where I didn't even see any heroic mechanics at all. It was the exact same thing. For me, it was even easier because for some reason the dogs were not resurrecting themselves. Maybe because they were too far from each other. But yeah, there is no heroic mechanic from what I saw. I used Cenarius deck, and my partner used Thalnos. Again, not super important. It's not about what heroes you use. It's about this Quillbore and execute. So what you do is you gather all the dogs using Quillbore, you aggro all the dogs, and you double execute the dogs, and the boss is naked. You do this twice, you kill the boss. So this is the deck that I've used. This is where I'm gonna start using Plague Farmer. Plague Farmer outranges literally everything in the game, almost. That's why you can sometimes you can use the kill the boss. You can damage the boss for free because nobody can reach you, but you can reach everything, right? Everything else, like I said, this is the tank for Cenarius. Cenarius' talent doesn't really matter. Just don't use the AoE roots. I don't know what's going to happen if you do. This is for cycling and for taking chests, because we have chests on this map. Like I said, this is for to aggro all the dogs. This is, like I said, this is one of the best units for 2 gold, and they're fast, because that's why you can... there are going to be earth elementals here, and these guys are really good at killing earth elementals. That's why I use them. And yeah, so everything is explained here. Thalness, let's go to Thalness. Thalness was, I believe this is what he used. Yep. Again, he doesn't care about, like, he used the exact same deck from normal, just to see if it requires any changes. Like I said, the only thing you need is execute, and execute has to be your boost slot priority, like I said, just exactly like on Lucifron. So that's it. All right, this is what it looks like. The key element, like I said, you aggro the dogs and you double execute them. That's it. Obviously taking the chest with bandits to get extra gold. I'm waiting until my partner gets his execute, and when he says he does have it, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna aggro all the dogs, execute. He executes as well, and the boss is naked. The first phase is going to be a piece of cake, right? Unfortunately, you can't see the a little like that right part, well, my right, because there's a chat, and I'm gonna put the deck screenshots there. I don't know why I dropped Quillbore there, but whatever. All we need to do is get to the boss, trigger the phase switch, and that's pretty much it, right? And also, the reason why Cenarius is good for encounters like that is because he has roots, and when something is rooted, Plague Farmer can beat the living crap out of it, right? So, the phase switch, boom. There was a rumor that these dogs, after resurrection, they gain extra levels, but as you can see, there is no extra levels, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. This is actually a very bad thing. One of the dogs is very far from the rest. That's why we will need 2 Quillbores to gather them together. But we decided to go like when we kill the one that is far, when he dies, we're gonna kill the other 3 with executes, right? So you see, we are aggroing them with a Quillbore, double execute, bam. No, never mind. But we still killed them almost at the same time. So, for some reason, yeah, he executed the last one. So all the dogs are dead. And now it's a piece of cake as well. Again. Da-dun. And here we will need Plague Farmers. As you can see, like, the deck is, my partner's deck is very inefficient because Gargoyle will be one-shot by the boss, right? And I mean, we're still using that, and it's still working. So maybe it's because of levels. Maybe it's just the mechanic of the encounter that is not that demanding, you know. Last phase. Like I said, it looks like normal. There is absolutely no difference. You need the exact same levels, unless the boss has a little bit more HP. But anyway, last phase usually even in normal is always done with just mass executing, right? So as you can see, the dogs do not resurrect each other because they are very far from each other. I don't know if it's a mechanic of the encounter that dogs walk that far, or maybe it's like it's supposed to be like that. It's intentional. Anyway, third phase, all the dogs are dead. We're just gonna get to the boss and kill the boss. That's how it's done. Easy schmeezy wheezy and peasy. Yoink. Dead. Execute. That is Magmadar. Now the twins. Boss number 3. We're gonna use double Maiev, and there's 2 difficulties in that encounter, 2 additional heroic mechanics. Number 1, the adds that spawn the flame wave have way more HP and they cannot be killed by one safe pilot, so you will need to prepare to kill those adds to have enough units around them. That's why we're using double Maiev, because we just drop tons of things on those units and they kill it. And we kill it. The reason why it's so important is because the flame wave not only takes the tower, it destroys your tower, but it also damages your core. And if you don't kill those adds on time, if you don't kill those before they cast the wave, you're gonna lose the encounter. There is a trick. We didn't use it, but you can if you want. Malfurion Seeds protect you from this explosion. So if you are too slow, if it doesn't work for you, if it doesn't work the way it works in this video, use Malfurion. Try to do it with Malfurion. We used it once. I didn't like it. It was boring. It was like slow, and we went double Maiev, right? Maiev. So anyway, this is my deck. I usually use sappers, but like I said, if you lose the tower, it probably means that you didn't kill the adds on time. So you don't really need sappers in this encounter. You only need to take tower once, and you're not supposed to lose the tower ever, right? So that's why I replaced my sappers with something. Other than that, it's just a normal. It's a normal deck from normal. Like whatever it takes, you have to kill the mini bosses, and obviously there are no spells allowed. Also, don't forget, if you drop whelps on the blue boss only uses auto attacks, single target auto attacks to kill each whelp. So the blue boss will not cast this blast that hits everything around. I forgot about that. And also, we'll actually take a look at the encounter, and then at the end I will show you some other heroic mechanic. But it's not that crazy. It's just like you have to have enough HP to survive the last 5% of the blue boss. I will show you why. And so this is my deck, and this is my partner's deck. It's pretty much the same thing almost, except he didn't even remove the sappers because like I said, he used his deck from normal to see if it's gonna work. All right, let's go. Double Maiev, twins, almost like normal, only not. Dun, 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 dun. Obviously, we're not using the gold talent on the bandits because there's no gold chest here. All you gotta care about here is kill the ad that spawns the wave. That's it. I believe this one is gonna hit the core. Yeah. Look how much damage it does to your core. It's not even 10, it's like 20%. So you miss 5 waves, you lose. And if you miss like 3 waves, you're already lost. You will see why. Because at the end, it's going to be a DPS race. We'll get to that. So the reason my guildmate keeps taking this tower in the middle is just to keep this blue boss busy, so we can safely kill the ad. So maybe one of you will have to have a sappers, assuming you're not playing with randoms, right? Ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, 1 gold bandits with poison talent will kill this thing. 1 gold bandits are amazing. So yeah, you see we damage things a little bit here and there. We'll make a lot of mistakes here as well. Yeah, I see. I dropped the the whelps and aggroed the boss with my quillbore. That's why there's a million whelps, and they are not. Yeah, nobody could trigger them. As you can see, we're not touching the blue boss. Oh, by the way, you don't touch the blue boss. You kill the blue boss at the end. You don't touch the blue boss first. Like, you don't damage the blue boss, because when the blue boss goes back, goes to the top of the map, remember the switch phase? It starts spawning extra adds, big fat trolls with a meteor elbow talent, and it's not good. You don't want any extra adds. You don't want to trigger any additional mechanics, unwanted mechanics, right? So as you can see, damage, like red boss is being damaged, and this is what you focus on. Bam, bam, bam. So the first priority is the ad. The second priority is the red boss. When you are one-on-one versus the blue guy only, with the blue guy only, is going to be much easier, and that's what you should Not much to say other than that. So I think this is the second time when we're gonna... yeah, there we go. So we managed to kill it. The best way, obviously, is to still drop whelps right on the boss. So I'm looking at it right now, and maybe, just maybe, in theory, Doomhammer could be one of the best options for this encounter, because whelps do a lot of extra damage. Doomhammer can take grunts, can take, some important units like siege, those war song riders. Okay, so we finally killed the red boss. Now we can kill the blue guy, and you will see what this blue guy does when there's a phase transition. So the bad thing about our decks is that the blue guy always casts blasts, AoE blasts around him. And that's why, and all of our units are pretty much melee units, right? So you drop one and all the melee units around the boss will be damaged. So whelps are the only ones that, the actual whelps, not eggs, but the whelps are the only ones that don't trigger this blast. So as you can see, the boss switched, triggered the switch phase, and now we see this two trolls. If you kill them, they're easy to kill, kind of, right? If you have flying units. But if you kill them, in a few seconds, they're going to spawn again. Also, when the blue guy doesn't have any enemies to kill, look what happens. When this middle tower finished constructing, look what's going to happen after... Okay, you can see it yet. Look at the blue boss. There we go. Oh, okay, it's damaging, you see? It's damaging the tower. Bam, bam, bam. So as soon as this tower is yours and it finishes constructing, the boss, after killing the current target, it will switch to this tower and take it away and destroy it. Okay, at the 5%, look at the boss. Bloodlusted. At 5%, the boss starts attacking your core. Watch, watch, watch. Bam, 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 bam. Look at the HP of your core. If you, like I said, if you don't have enough HP, you have to kill the boss very quickly. If you don't have enough HP, you're gonna lose. Okay, if your core is super low HP, at the end of the encounter, there's gonna be this DPS race, and if you're not fat enough, you're gonna lose. So that's pretty much the only thing you need to know. That's like surprise at the end. Heroic Garr. You will need two things to make this run super easy for you. Number one, both of you, or at least one player, would have to have Shaman with the Earth Wall Totem talent to heal the core. Because damage, the boss himself at the end will do a lot of damage to the core, and if you get some damage from, like, during the encounter, you can always heal it, and you're gonna feel way safer. You will see it if you don't believe me. And the second key part of the ideal combo, in my opinion, you need to have Cenarius. Here's what's happening in the encounter. Those big earth elementals can no longer be crowd controlled. So you don't need frozen skeletons, you don't need blizzard anymore, you only need execute. When they blow up, first of all, like I said, if you use the old strategy and you're going to have a lot of frozen skeletons, some people say it still works, but for us, it didn't work. The boss, like I said, because it cannot be crowd controlled, when you damage it enough and it blows up your skeletons as well. So it's a lot of pain in the ass. You can do it, but I would do it my way. When the earth elemental blows up, it's going to spawn little earth elementals. And those earth elementals, they hit like truck. They only attack the structures, but they hit really, really hard. And the most dangerous part about them is that the movement speed is faster than just fast. It's like fast plus something else. They're super pooper fast. So when the earth elemental blows up, the little shits are gonna run away to your core and damage your core. And this is, by the way, this is why you need the shamans with the totems. When earth elemental blows up and it spawns the little shits that they run away, they're gonna get rooted because those little things can be crowd controlled, and they're gonna be rooted by your Cenarius, and you will kill them easily. You will see it. I'm just letting you know. So we will need one of the decks is going to be Cenarius, the best DPS in the game. Execute to quickly kill Earth Elementals. Quicker. To kill him quicker. Oh, hold on a second. I'm sorry, this was the wrong deck. This is the right one. Okay? You will need... this is your tank. I would actually take... This is what my partner used, but what I would do, I would take this Bog Beast with this talent. So you could have Armored without having to use Armored from here. I mean, it still worked, but ideally, you want to take a Healing Totem here, Armored here. Scenarios with pretty much any talent, nobody cares. Miner, we all know we always need Miner because there is a lot of gold nodes up there, so you need to take them. Execute. Execute has to be as high level as possible. Plague Farmer. Polymorph with a gold talent. You need Polymorph in case those little things do run away from your scenarios. You use Polymorph and you finish them with whatever, right? And we're gonna build Death Ball from both sides. It's going to be super brain dead deck, which is going to stack a lot of units on one side, a lot of units on the other side, and eventually you just out DPS the encounter. You get to the boss, you kill the boss. Super pooper easy. So this was Cenarius. Now I'm going to show you Drakki Schmacki. All right, this is the Drakki set that I used. My Shaman does have this totem. As you can see, I built just a normal Drakki set Death Ball. With Healer behind, with Plague Farmer, Witch Doctor again, for more protection, Miner for the same purpose, to take the gold, because we need to take a lot. Don't forget, when your miner mines 1 gold, you get 2 gold, 1 for you, 1 for your partner. Execute. Okay, so the boost slot priority. What is the boost slot priority here? I would say it's Execute. However, Drakki I don't know if Drakki has a... Oh, he has a spell. It's fine, yeah. So, Execute is your boost slot priority. All right? Let's take a look at the encounter. All right, let's go. Drakki and Cenarius. Whoever plays Cenarius, you should have 1 Cenarius on one way, 1 Cenarius on the other way. That's going to be ideal. So that little shits never run away, never manage to run to your core. Okay? I don't have a Shaman yet. Right, as always, because because it's me. My partner has much worse starting hand. Easy schmeezy. You have Shaman, you have nothing to worry about. Getting all the... Ideally, you should get all the gold from the encounter, from the map. So as soon as the first Earth Elemental dies, I'll show you the little things. Maybe you won't even see them here. Who's gonna die first? Okay. So yeah, they look like a joke when you already know what to do. It looks like there is no problems in the encounter, because, like I said, because when the big guys die, small guys get rooted and die immediately, because we have a lot of huge army already, right? So that's pretty much how you do it. You guys like brain dead shit? Like this is one of them. So what you do, there we go, you see? Some of them made it to the core. But because I have Healing Totem on the Shaman, we have nothing to worry about. I'm going to heal our core a lot. And like I said, you both should have Healing Totem Shamans here to make it super pooper easy. See the little shits? They made it, because my partner doesn't know what he's doing, obviously. And they made it to the core. But he polymorphed them and killed them. That's why, like I said, that's why you need Scenarios, because they're extremely quick, fast. They will run so fast. They're going to run away from you, and your DPS won't be able to reach them sometimes. At this point, my game starts lagging, even though I have a very powerful computer, but we have so much stuff on the field, right? Bam. We have a lot of gold right by the core. Yeah, bam. That's me. muting the sound in the game just because it pisses me off. Thank you. Yeah, you just keep adding damage DPS, keep adding healers DPS, healers DPS, healers DPS, and eventually they're gonna be killing the Earth Elementals so quickly, the mini bosses, I mean, and eventually they're gonna get to the boss and just look what's gonna happen. You can try to cheat death them, but I mean it's not necessary. All right, bam. Because it takes forever to get to the boss, you're going to have a huge army by the time you get to the boss. Don't forget, one Cenarius on each side. And other than that, you just stack units left and right, left and right. Make sure you have enough healers. And that's pretty much it. Ideally, you should have a resistant unit as the very first unit that you drop, because the boss is mechanic. I mean, it exists in normal as well. He drops the dot damage over time on the first unit, on the closest unit, and after that unit dies, he will drop it on somebody else. So if that unit has a healers behind, and if that unit is resistant, it will never die. So in my case, it's super easy because my first unit is always Drakicide, and Drakicide is unkillable in this case. But if you play in Cenarius, that's why you need Bog Beast in front of your Cenarius, right? So Bog Beast takes this dot and never dies. Again, see, my partner sucks. So the little shits are coming from the right side. Oh, I suck too. I'm sorry. But because I have what? Because I have Healing Totem, I don't care about nothing. So I'm not even to... we're very far from overtime. And because I have Healing Totem, we absolutely don't care about this last phase. Because this is the scariest part of this last phase, is that the boss starts damaging your core. And if you don't get to the boss quickly enough, you're going to die, right? We are super slow, but we have Healing Totem. That's why we can care less about what this boss does on the third phase. At the third phase, whatever. Now imagine if my partner had the Healing Totem as well, and not the Armored Shaman. Too much to ask. Brain dead. Just like you like it. Healing, 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 healing. Give absolutely no care about these elementals. So when they blow up, they can't even kill anybody because we have Witch Doctors. Witch Doctors actually are very helpful here because they protect you when you kill the Earth Elemental and it explodes. It doesn't kill anybody because everybody's protected by the bubble. We finally made it to the boss, and he will die almost immediately. Bam, bam. That's it. That's how it's done. Again, right deck combo. 2 key elements. Cenarius and what? What else did they have? Whatever. I already explained to you everything. Baron Geddon. Heroic Baron Geddon. Honestly, the only additional things that I noticed were extra units. Harpies with the gold trait, miners, and living bomb. And maybe execute, but I don't remember. Other than that, it's just the exact same encounter. Maybe the boss hits a little harder, but it's not 100%. I think boss has a little bit more HP as well, maybe. So what we use is exactly the same thing, at least on my end. We don't use meat wagon because I was told that something will happen to your meat wagon. So don't use meat wagons, okay? I never did. So what I'm using, I use Gargoyle. Obviously, we're using Sylvanas with Fury trait. We'll never need Sylvanas herself, so I use Gargoyle with this. By the way, Gargoyle with resistant trait with Fury Dragon works extremely well. I'm going to show it to you when we get to my partner's to look to my partner's deck. Bats are cheaper version of Harpies, and bats are affected by the aura of Sylvanas. So bats have Fury talent, which is extremely powerful. Banshee to take fire elementals or enemy gargoyles. By the way, if you take a fire elemental that the boss spawns, like fire elementals from this encounter, if you steal it with using Banshee, those fire elementals will not take damage from the lava. Just so you guys know. Okay? Banshee, like I said, to take fat guys, big fat guys. Polymorph to polymorph things, obviously. You will need that. Miner to take gold. Sometimes, like a lot of times, your gold will be stolen by the enemy's miner, so keep in mind. Execute to quickly take towers and to kill big fat things, right? And to finish the boss at the end, sometimes, you know. So this is Sylvanas, pretty normal Sylvanas for normal encounter, right? So my partner used Jaina, and his Jaina looked like this. For some reason, he uses Jaina on this encounter all the time. Since day one, he's been using this. So what he does is he goes. He will be the main damage dealer in this time. He combines Gargoyle with Fury Dragon. I mean, you've seen it a million times. He uses whelps to take towers as well. So when the enemy takes the tower, but it's not constructed yet, you drop whelps. They pop up because lava damages the eggs. Whelps pop up and they take the tower back. So it's kind of like, it's a really good unit for this encounter. I just never use it myself. Execute to either buff Gargoyle or to take towers and da-da-da-da. He never combines it with Jaina, by the way. So Blizzard, the same purpose, to kill mass, like big armies of flying units. There's going to be a lot of flying units here. And a Miner to take the gold as well. That's pretty much it. All right, let's go. So the strategy is kind of the same. We take all the towers, and then when the boss is either on the left side or on the right side, we kill the boss, right? That's pretty much it. Oh, and there's a Molten Giant as well. I believe if you take this Molten Giant with a Banshee, he doesn't take damage from the lava as well. Look at this. Phew! Molten Giant, see? He's not getting damaged at all. So, pretty normal thing, nothing to say about it. Oh, by the way, there's an enemy's dwarf miner. There we go, see? Jaina, you know? Yeah, so bats for 2 gold with Sylvanas' Fury work really, really well. I made a mistake. Don't do that because I just took the Fire Elemental, and the Fire Elemental could have, if he aggroes the boss and the boss stops walking, it's going to destroy your timing. You have to follow the boss but never aggro the boss. You just have to take all the towers behind the boss. So that by the time the boss makes one full circle, all the towers are going to be yours, and you will be able to kill the boss quickly. Okay. Again, the best and very cheap counter for elementals are bats. Killing it very quickly. And you probably can't see it, but I just cast Blazer execute on the tower. Took the tower. Waiting until these guys are going to be busy so I could drop this miner to get the gold. Nope. Nope, not the right time. No. Thank God this fire elemental was stopped by other units. Yep. Casting execute on the other tower, taking all the towers. Now we have all the towers. Now we need to position the boss to be in the right spot. We're gonna take this tower back as well. Yeah, I'm dropping this up. This guy like this, and my partner casts Blizzard, so the tower doesn't become his, and it doesn't spawn a lot of units that we don't want, right? We're kind of aggroing the boss, but it will one-shot them right away, and freaking Fire Elemental will take everything, and he will take the gold. So this was a pretty bad performance, but even in this case, we'll manage to win, right? I know that the tower is going to finish him. 2. Protecting our core. Waiting for the right moment. So he will take this tower, and when he's going to be on the right side, we're going to kill him. We're going to start killing him. Right? Taking the gold. I'm just, like I said, I'm getting gold cap. That's why I'm dropping things on the right side. The bats, that I don't need them at all. Unfortunately, this gargoyle, yeah, we triggered the phase accidentally. So it's pretty bad. It's super pooper bad. Okay. Executing, not letting him take the tower. So we did pretty well, actually. And all the towers are alive. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start killing the boss. Okay. My partner says he has the first gargoyle and yeah, in this Fury Dragon. So he drops that. And the gargoyle is gonna get the boss to the third phase. Bam, 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 bam. I'm dropping this thing. My gargoyle, it's not resistant because I don't have Fury Dragon, but it's gonna be enough to get next gargoyle from my guildmate, right? Fortunately, we have to use Banshee. Yeah, shit's getting real, as you can see. And the boss is almost dead, but almost doesn't count, right? Boom, boom, boom. The boss is almost dead. Almost. We need to cast something. I don't have something. Thank you very much. Like I said, it was disgraceful performance because yeah, right there. I mean, everything is calculated. Don't worry about it. See, Yank? Easy. It looks like we barely killed it, but like you saw it yourself. Gargoyle accidentally switched the boss's face when the boss was in the completely wrong spot. The tower was not captured yet. It was a disaster. Even in this disaster, kind of the same thing. All right, we use the exact same decks almost. Just don't use meat wagons if you have them. That's pretty much it. Easy schmeezy. Heroic Golemagg. So we will take a look at all the heroic mechanics, at least the ones that affected me. So the strategy with sending flying units in the middle of the map no longer works for some reason. Well, first of all, there are additional mechanics. There are drakes that are flying left and right where the dogs are, and they kind of kill your units, or at least they're like an extra obstacle for those. But what we've done is we just defended at the base. I'm going to use Ragnaros here. This is actually the first time ever when I was defending, not attacking. We're going to be defending. One person is defending, the other player is attacking the boss, and unbounce and spells deal with boss really well. There is a strategy with Gargoyle, but we're not using that. I'm going to use a strategy with Ragnaros, a level increase Ragnaros. It's a very reliable, brain-dead strategy. So my deck is Ragnaros. Talent doesn't matter. I'm going to use this Earth Elemental to damage the boss and to tank the boss. Whelps to damage the boss. Polymorph to protect the base, because Ragnaros attacks with the elemental damage. And you polymorph things. Ragnaros does extra damage. Works really well. Healer, Priestess, and Griffon with Potion is for Ragnaros to increase his level, so he is stronger, and the damage that other things get from that the boss gets from your Earth Elemental is a little higher. It's not a big of a it's no big deal, but it's just something, right? Mostly it's for this Elemental is for tanking. And Plague Farmer, again, if you polymorph things, drop Plague Farmer. Plague Farmer kills everything. Super easy to understand. You just defend. On the other hand, my guildmate used this. So what you do, it's an old strategy. One of the first Golemagg strategies, you drop whelps. Boss hits whelps, they pop up, you drop Quillbore, then you just cheat death whelps, you can bloodlust whelps. And Blizzard is to damage the boss if you have to, and the Polymorph is to help your Ragnaros defend, which is me. I was Ragnaros. The reason, like, you can use these 6 units with any hero, literally. However, the reason why we use Chalga is because Chalga costs 1 gold, and it's like 1 gold unit that can stop anything in front of the tower and keep it rooted while the tower is killing it, right? So this is why we use Chalga and not something else. But you can combine it with anything if you find some better hero for it. All right, let's take a look at the encounter. By the way, you're not going to see much because I'm going to be defending, and my camera will always be on my tower, on my core. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, not right now you can't see anything. I'm just dropping things in the middle, cycling for to get my Ragnaros. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this Plague Farmer so it damages a little bit, damages the dog. I don't really need to drop it, I just don't have Ragnaros. So I'm dropping the Griffon so it drops the potion already before Ragnaros is spawned. Ragnaros is spawned, so I'm ready to defend. And as you can see, the boss starts losing HP because my partner is doing the job, but I'm defending. So I'm sorry. It's not super entertaining. But yeah, like I said, you know how to play Chalga. You've seen it a million times. Just look at this Ragnaros gameplay. I mean, look how entertaining it is. I know it's not, but that's me right there. Also, little things die really quickly because Ragnaros has a armor trait as well built in, right? They get damaged when they attack Ragnaros. Finally, I dropped my Earth Elemental and did a little bit of damage. My Ragnaros will actually die. He's not going to stay alive for the rest of the encounter. The scariest thing here is a Core Hound, because Core Hound attacks with physical damage, and our Ragnaros is resistant. So when fire elementals attack Ragnaros, Ragnaros doesn't care. When the Core Hounds do, Ragnaros dies really quickly. As you can see, my Ragnaros died. Yeah. And then I cast the Ragnaros spell to cycle new Ragnaros, and I cast it on the boss, so the boss burns a little bit, right? That was pretty much the logic. So we managed to defend. We're doing really, really well. The boss is almost in the last phase, and it's only 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes until overtime. That's how fast we are. I'm dropping this alpha male farmer, and this farmer will kill everything that there is to kill. Our core got damaged a lot, and my Ragnaros is almost ready to go. 5 gold. I'm gonna drop Ragnaros, and I'm not dropping Ragnaros for some reason. Dropping Ragnaros. Woo! And then he gets 2 potions plus 2 levels right away, but it's not important anymore because the boss is dead, pretty much, right? As you can see, that's it. Well, at least you know how to defend the base, right? Heroic Ragnaros is the most challenging encounter. It's extremely level sensitive. The higher levels you have, the easier it's going to be. And we're going to be using Drakisat and Arthas. There is a lot of mechanics that we will talk about, a lot of new heroic mechanics that we'll talk about once we start watching the video. What I'm going to tell you is you will need one big death ball to get to the boss. You are no longer able to kill the boss using unbounds and spells. Like executes, they don't care about new heroic mechanics, but whelps, they still do the same damage. However, the HP of Ragnaros is almost doubled. It's from it's 24k down, like up from 12 or 10, something like that. It's almost doubled. So you won't be able to do enough damage to Ragnaros to kill him. You would have to walk to Ragnaros and kill him by hand. In the last phase, you will be able to cheese, but the first 2 phases you have to do it by hand, using these 2 hands, right? That's why you will need death balls, and we're gonna use Drakisat and Ragnaros. The way you use, first of all, let's take a look at Ragnaros first. Drakisat, sorry. My God, did I say Ragnaros? You use Drakisat and Arthas. So this is Drakisat deck. I wouldn't suggest you use that. If you want, you can go ahead, because my guildmate, he has this unit level 31. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'd never invest. I still don't have it like legendary. But you can use this or Pyromancer with any talent. Whelps to damage the boss when we don't have enough damage. I mean, they still do damage. All right. Execute. Execute has to be your highest priority for boost slot. Shaman and Priestess. Priestess actually has to be with this talent because I'm showing it on my second free-to-play account. My guildmate had this talent, and this is the talent that you want because when your Priestess dies, she keeps healing for 5 seconds, right? Everything else is right. So Shaman to Armored Ragnaros, Drakki, sorry. This guy to apply bubbles and damage, and you know how it works, right? So this is first player, and the second player is gonna be Arthas, which is what I played. Arthas, it's pretty much like you're gonna put Arthas and Drakki together. So Arthas is gonna be covered by Drakki resistant trait. Plague Farmer, the best DPS in the game. Bandits to take the middle chest and to cycle. Miners, you guys know how it works. There's gold everywhere. You need miners. Same thing to damage at the end to damage Ragnaros, you will need whelps and execute. And also execute, you will need it to kill a lot of things. Mini bosses. And very important moment, you will need Ancient of War. You must have Ancient of War. The problem is that, like I said, we're going to be combining both armies together. We're going to send them one way so they make it to Ragnaros and actually do damage. On the opposite side, you send Ancient of War. You send it on the opposite side. You don't send it behind the armies, because at some point it's going to reach them. And this encounter, this heroic encounter, has Living Bomb, and it casts it all the time. All right, let's take a look. Arthas and Drakki. Here are the heroic mechanics. There's a lot of them. Number one, right now you can't cast spells, so no execute. As you can see, we're sending Arthas and Drakki different ways. The reason why is because Majordomo, it's not Majordomo, it's the mechanic, heroic mechanic. He spawned 2, there we go, let me pause it. There's one, there's a top right tower, there's one big gray mini boss Flame Waker, and there's one on the left side. If you kill them within 10 seconds, if you kill them both within 10 seconds, you will be able to cast spells. If you don't kill them within 10 seconds, one resurrects the other. So they have to die at the same time, almost at the same time. I didn't know that, and I wasted an hour of my time, thanks to Minkus, who told me that. I wasted 1 hour of my time trying to kill it without knowing this. I was just trying to ignore both of them and come up with a different strategy to kill the boss without being able to cast spells. I thought you can cast spells in the heroic Ragnaros, but it turns out you have to kill these 2 Flame Wakers, and after that you will be able to cast spells. So that's why we send Drakki and Arthas different ways, so they get to these fuckers and kill them. Okay? And after that, we can cast spells. We just double execute Majordomo, and the different story starts, right? So let's take a look at how it was done first. Right now, you kind of need to drop Ancient of War so that freaking miners don't take your gold from on the map, right? So yeah, I'm waiting for 5 gold. I'm gonna drop this yoink somewhere. Right now, it doesn't matter where you drop it because you haven't started attacking Ragnaros yet. Okay, so we killed one of these mini bosses. Is almost dead on the right side. On the left side, he is alive. So yeah, I think he will spawn one more. So we start killing the second guy, but I don't think we will be able to kill him on time. Oh yeah, I think we did. There we go. Bam, bam, double execute. Majordomo is dead right away. Yeah, you can tell we spent some time. It's not our first attempt, eh? Okay. Also, let me pause it. Right now, I'm not sure 100%, but Ragnaros no longer spawns flame waves when he takes your towers back. He only spawns double flame wave from both sides when there's a transition phase, when there are some important phases. But he no longer does that when you lose the tower. So that's good. Okay? Let's keep going. See, Ragnaros showed up. It's kind of like a new phase. So, ta-da! So what we do now is, as you can see, our artist goes left. I made a mistake. Don't listen to me. So, yeah, dropping minor. Artist, no, not minor. See, Arthas and Drakisat went right. I'm dropping the Ancient of War thanks to Wicked. I mean, so many people helped me here. We're dropping the Ancient of War left side, and everybody else goes right side. That Arthas on the left side, I don't know what he's doing there. It's not. It's me being an idiot. Okay. Yeah. So there is gonna be. I'm not using Banshee, as you can see. There's gonna be a Core Hound here, right there. Yeah, the one you're looking at. So Core Hound is going to be countered by Arthas and his Scout Footman, whatever they're called. All right. And right now it's a pretty normal thing. We just stack a lot of units on one side and an Ancient of War on the other side. That's all we do. The units will get to Ragnaros, damage Ragnaros, and when the next phase starts, we will talk. Okay? I mean, we'll keep talking even right now, right? But I'm just saying that there is nothing else you didn't know. It's pretty much, right now, it's just a normal Ragnaros. Nothing special. Except this fucker has way more HP. Da-da-da-da. You see this angels in the middle of the room? Those are dead priestesses with the talent that I told you about, right? Also, Ragnaros has a normal Ragnaros' trait. So when armored units are damaged, they reflect damage. They damage back, right? Almost a phase switch. Almost a phase switch. Bam! All right. Our armies were still alive because Drakisat gives a resistance to everybody. Okay. So right now, it's a mini-boss's phase. I mean, you've seen it a million times. I'm not going to be surprised if somebody tells me that these mini-bosses have more HP. Right now, we're going to send the army the right side, on the right side, and we're going to execute the left mini-bosses using only executes and some small things. And then it's going to go back to how we did the first phase, right? Just everybody goes right, Ancient of War goes left. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, it was bad. As you can see, so we killed all the left mini-bosses using executes. And yeah, there's a new death ball. Ragnaros, what's going on, my man? All right. Okay. Oh, by the way, during this mini-bosses phase, Ragnaros restores 5%, 2% HP per 5 seconds during 1 minute. So when you clear all the mini-bosses, Ragnaros will probably have more HP than what he had when the phase started. Don't be afraid. It's just Ragnaros regenerating HP when the mini-bosses are alive. So until but he doesn't regenerate more than 12%. So on the phase 2, it's going to be Ragnaros plus 12%. As you can see, since we have to do death balls, it's level sensitive. Again, normal thing. Just trying to get to a third phase. Always have Ancient of War up. This is the first time for me, at least, where I have to use a unit that is only for PvP. I have to use it in a PvE encounter. Okay, so we're dropping we're dropping a minor. I was trying to not use split heroes because not everybody has them, but then I was like, man, now we can buy them in the grid, so nobody cares. Okay, so third phase. When the third phase starts, we'll talk. It's almost ideal timing. Third phase and overtime. Okay. Bam. All right. So the third phase started, I think. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see this right tower, there is a mini boss, that Flame Waker, that does not allow you to cast spells. And there is one on the right, one on the left side. They're going to be spawned from these towers, from these closed towers, every 30 seconds, I believe. So when you kill them, you have a little bit of time, like 30 seconds, or maybe less, to cast spells. You have to cast those spells to finish Ragnaros. That last phase, you will, at least it was like that for us. We were not able to get to Ragnaros and kill him. We had to kill him while defending our base, like this. Like what you're looking at right now is going to be like this all the time. You drop whelps and executes on Ragnaros, and this is how you finish him. Okay? Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. So as soon as this left mini boss dies, this left Flame Waker is about to die, but he's not dead yet. Yeah. We can't cast spells. As soon as he dies. There we go. He dies. Now we can cast spells, and I'm starting to cast Execute. And I'm going to start to drop whelps. Cycling, 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 cycling. One more Execute. Bam. And this is how it's going to go. My guildmate does the exact same thing. 2, 2, 2. He is doing the exact same thing. Bam, 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 bam. Whelps, schmelps. They get into our core. But we don't care because we need to do like one last execute. There we go. Bam. That is your heroic Molten Core. I'll be honest, Ragnaros is challenging. I had fun doing that. That's all.